let's maybe walk our listeners through a typical scenario where, a real estate client comes to you and wants to engage with your services. At what point
Mhm.
do they engage you?
Uh, Informally, they can engage me as early on as they want. We
Hmm.
have a lot of investors reach out and say, "Hey, I'm starting to look in the Kansas City market. I want to have a team. You know,
Yep.
I got a recommendation for you. I saw you online. I saw you on Bigger Pockets, wherever it is, and I would like to start talking to you about property management services." Okay, well, then we start having that discussion with them. What are your goals? What do you want to do? How do you want to grow? What are your plans? And
Hmm.
oh, do you need construction as well? Because we can offer that, right? A
Yep.
lot of people want a value add, and forced appreciation comes through constructions and rent increases. So we start working with people early on, and we say, okay, whenever you're looking at a property, bring it to me and let me
Gotcha.
take a look at it for you. Let me check your assumptions on rent amounts. Let's check your assumptions on construction costs and vacancy, et cetera, to help give them an accurate idea of how we think the property is going to perform so that they're going in with good information when they're evaluating it and putting their price together.
Gotcha.
Sometimes we get brought on and they're like, hey, I had this under contract. I'm closing in 2 weeks. I had that phone call this morning. Hey,
Yeah.
Colin, I'm closing on the 28th. I've got a duplex under contract. You came as a recommendation. Let's talk. Okay, we had the conversation. Great. Send me over your paperwork and we'll go ahead and get started. So, that's a very, basic conversation. Then some of them are much longer terms where we're working together for 6+ months to get something across the finish line.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize that the property manager is an integral part of the team even before the closing. You don't just engage with the property manager after and be like, okay, we'll take care of my asset. You provide a lot of very valuable services in the acquisition process to evaluate the market, evaluate the deal, the building, what kind of tenants and rents you can get in the particular building. And it's
Yeah,
you got to engage early to get the full
absolutely.
gamut of
And
services.
we like to look through the leases and make sure the correct amount of prorated rents are being sent over, the correct amount of security deposits, because we've had it where owners haven't brought us in. One that sticks out of a 20-unit complex, and they didn't collect the prepaid rent. That this one tenant still had 5 months of prepaid rent, right?
Hmm.
So $4,000 worth of prepaid rent that they had to go and collect, and then they go back to the owner, and then also they were missing about $2,300 worth of security deposits. And we're like, hey, this is the deficiency we're seeing as we're building out the tenants and the in our system, because at closing we typically get the prorated rents and the security deposits just sent directly to us. So then we
Right.
have some operating funds to go off of for the rents, as well as the security deposits go into our trust account. So we have to audit all that money coming in.